Hello friends, how are you? I just came back after visiting a friend. He's down with cold and fever. Have you ever wondered how we too catch cold when we come in contact with a person having cold?
Diseases like common cold spread from one person to another. Such diseases are called communicable diseases or infectious diseases. Germs cause diseases. Germs are very tiny living things which can be seen only through a microscope. So they are called microorganisms.
So you think that all microorganisms are harmful. Are they all the same?
There are a few types of microorganisms. They are broadly classified into bacteria, virus and protozoa, etc.
I will tell you all about each of them in a little more detail. Now let us start with bacteria.
Bacteria are found everywhere. They are present in food, water and air. Bacteria cause diseases like plague, tuberculosis, typhoid, meningitis and pneumonia. All kinds of bacteria do not cause diseases. There are some bacteria which are useful to us. They make the soil fertile. Some bacteria help in the formation of curd. The next type is virus. Virus is much smaller than bacteria. All viruses cause diseases. Viruses cause diseases like common cold, measles, chickenpox, polio, AIDS and influenza. Protozoa are bigger than bacteria. Some of these cause diseases. Protozoa cause diseases like malaria and dysentery.
Children, then how these microorganisms spread diseases? Let's now study about that in detail.
The communicable diseases spread in many ways. They spread by air, through infected food and water, by insects and by direct contact. When a person suffering from a communicable disease coughs, spits or sneezes, some germs from his body enters the air. These germs spread in air. Later, they enter the body of a healthy person who breathes in this air. The germs enter his body and cause diseases. Diseases like mumps, influenza, viral fever, common cold, diphtheria, whooping cough, chickenpox and scarlet fever spread in this manner. Communicable diseases also spread through infected food and water. Food and water get infected by cockroaches, flies, rats and other small animals. Have you seen flies sit on uncovered food? Flies sit on the fecal matter or urine passed out by patients suffering from diseases. These flies sit on uncovered food and water and leave the disease-causing germs on them. When people eat and drink contaminated food and water, they get these diseases. Diseases like diarrhea, typhoid and cholera are spread through infected food and water. Motions and vomiting are the symptoms of diarrhea. They cause loss of water and salts from the body. This results in dehydration.
Dehydration can be prevented by giving oral rehydration solution, that is ORS. These diseases also spread because of insects. Do you all know how and which diseases are spread in this way?
Plague, yellow fever, dengue, malaria and kala-azar are spread by the bites of insects like fleas, mosquitoes, sandflies and bedbugs. Plague is caused by the bite of rat fleas. Malaria is spread by the female Anopheles mosquito. Malaria parasite Plasmodium is a protozoan. It multiplies in the body of the mosquito, which acts as a carrier. When the mosquito carrying the parasites bites a healthy person, the parasites will be injected into the blood. This is how malaria spreads from one person to another. Diseases like cholera, chickenpox, measles, tuberculosis and whooping cough spread through direct contact. If hands are not washed after going to the toilet, The germs from the hands of an infected person can pass on to another person who is healthy by a shake hand.
Let's see what should we do to prevent communicable diseases.
We should keep our surroundings clean and keep garbage inside or outside our house in covered dustbins. Wash the toilet with Dettol or Phenol. Clean the water storage tanks at least once in a week with bleaching powder. Always sleep under a mosquito net. Keep the infected patient in a separate room. Cover your mouth or nose with a handkerchief when you cough or sneeze. Do not spit in public places. In case any communicable disease case is found, inform the local health department. Diseases like diphtheria, polio, whooping cough, tetanus, etc. can be prevented by getting vaccinated. Immunization protects children against some common but deadly childhood diseases like diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, polio, and measles. A child is immunized through vaccines given orally to the child. All parents should visit the doctor 5 times in the first year for getting their newborn baby vaccinated.
Let me show you a chart that will make it easy for you to understand. Every child should be given the proper vaccines at the right time and a record should be maintained of the same.
Immunization chart. Age, vaccine, disease protected from. Birth, BCG, polio, tuberculosis, polio. 6 weeks, DPT, polio. Diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. 10 weeks, DPT, polio, polio. 14 weeks, DPT, polio. Diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. 9 months, measles, polio. 1.5 years, DPT, polio. Diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio. 5 years, DT, measles, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio. Diphtheria, tetanus.